In this video, we're going to talk about the Euro Stoxx 50 index. Stay tuned. Hey traders, I'm going to give you a quick 5-minute guide, maybe 6 minutes, about the Euro Stoxx 50, which is the European index. Let's look at some facts, let's look at how it trades, let's look at some ways we can make some money from it, potentially. Okay, Euro Stoxx, let's go. Top 50 largest and most liquid stocks in Europe, weighted by free float market cap. The idea was, it started in 1998 to provide, I'm taking this from Wikipedia, to provide a blue chip representation of super sector leaders in the Eurozone. So in other words, they're kind of taking the biggest players in each sector to give a broad kind of European feel of what each kind of subsectors do. I said super sector, but each kind of biggest sector in Europe, what each is doing. So it's representing with the thickest and largest and most liquid stocks. So big players can go out there and say, hey, I want exposure to every single sector in Europe, and the best way of doing it is to buy the Euro Stoxx. That's kind of the whole point of it. So it started in 1998, all-time high was actually still back in March 2000 of 5464 and some change. Annual review. So in other words, every year they kind of review what goes in, what comes out, to make sure it's representative of what they're trying to achieve. Let's have a look and see what's in it at the moment. So we've got Adidas from sportswear. You can see I've broken this down from kind of industry. And again, thank you Wikipedia for having this. Airbus from aerospace, Allianz from insurance, a couple of ones from banking there. So we've got Banco Santander, some chemistry stuff, some more banking, BNP Paribas, utility companies there, EON. We have some of the ones you're familiar with, personal household goods, L'Oreal, that kind of thing, Nokia, Philips, Unilever, all those kind of big kind of boys that we know and are aware of. Now the thing is with this, guys, let me go on to put the chart up. So this is the Euro Stoxx chart, daily chart. It's been adjusted because it's a CFD chart, but all intents and purposes it's the same kind of chart that you'd see. Now most spread betting or CFD platforms can't use Euro Stoxx per se, the word Euro Stoxx, because it's trademarked. So if you're looking for it on your platform, you need to look something like EU 50 or Europe 50 or something like that. That's going to give you find it. It'll be in popular indices or major indices or something along those lines. Now the spread on this is usually 2 points, which makes it kind of not really suitable for intraday trading. Let me explain what I mean by that. If your spread is 2 points on something, I've got an ATR here of 10 period ATR, so you can see the average range really, and if we exclude the kind of dip that I'm looking at in this period in time when I'm filming this, but let's say this period back here, we've got a 30-point average range on the day. If you're taking 2 points of that in the spread, if you're day trading it aggressively, it's not going to work. 10 trades and you're already down almost a whole day's range. So I will be careful about day trading it. Now if you're trading it in the futures directly, that's a different story. It's very, very thick in the futures. A lot of size goes through it. So if you're able to work bids and offers directly in the exchange, that's a different proposition. But if you're trading it and you're paying the spread and doing it retail style through a spread betting or CFD, be very, very cautious. Now, because it's the biggest 50 stocks, or the sort of representative 50 stocks, it's a slow burner. It chugs along. It's very, very methodical. It doesn't kind of spike through levels. It's very, slow and steady. And actually, I found this PDF, and if you can see here the super sector weighting, we've got 16% of the weighting is with banks and 36% of it is France, 32.5% Germany, Spain, Netherlands. You can see, so a lot of it is weighted to France. So actually, if I now put on here and compare to the CAC, which is the French 40 stock exchange, you can see it almost mirrors it. You can see the way that it just moves, and it makes sense because obviously with the weighting is 36% of it is French. It's going to mirror the CAC, and like the CAC, it's a slow index. It's not a real volatile kind of thing. However, if you want to get exposure to Europe and it's part of a trading strategy that you're looking, to buy or to sell off or whatever you're doing, it's going to plod along. You're unlikely to get whipped like you do with the DAX that kind of swings through and back and kind of does that rubber band effect much more, because they're bigger companies, they're much more liquid. So in each individual share and stock, you're going to have a lot of liquidity on both sides, as opposed to some of the other ones where you might have less liquidity, which causes those It swings from back and forth. All right, trading it is less popular than the FTSE and DAX for obvious reasons. Unless you're kind of holding it longer term, it doesn't make much sense to trade it intraday. A lot of people will do a pair trade. They'll kind of go long Euro stocks and then short the DAX or short the FTSE or short the CAC or something. Create a synthetic pair trade. That's good for kind of mean reversion. So if they got out of line a little bit, then they're gonna hopefully come back in. That's what you'd be looking for on a pair trade strategy. Correlated obviously with the FTSE, the DAX, and we saw very much for the CAC. Not so much the FTSE, obviously, because there's not some UK stocks in there, but it's generally, as with most of these Western indexes, or indices, should I say, there's some broad correlations, but they come out and they go back in, which is where the opportunity does present itself if you're trading on a pair trade strategy. Typical spreads and margins, like I say, 2% spread margins, really, really low, 0.5%, maybe 1%, but pretty much all you can eat because it's such a thick quality, long-standing companies that aren't going to suddenly go bust overnight. Unlikely to anyway. Trading quirks, very slow, steady burner, low intraday range, more suitable for a swing trading or pair trading strategy we talked about. Pitfalls, again, careful of that spread if you're trading intraday. How it trades intraday, not as aggressive as obviously the DAX, the FTSE, DAX being the most aggressive one. But it's held by a lot of pension funds. It's a way that kind of big institutions can get quick exposure to a broad range of sectors across Europe. That was the point of it, and that's how it works, and that's how it trades. So that's the Euro Stoxx, guys. Good trading. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.